Okay, guys, I'm going to go over the assignment very quickly that you had on Friday and sort of introduce what you're doing today. I just wanted to remind you that what we did on Friday was take the information from a position time graph or a distance time graph. They are the same thing, they just use the word position and distance interchangeably. You were taking the information from a position time graph and you were plotting it on a speed time graph. And the main difference was what was right here on the y-axis. Okay, you had time on the x-axis for both of these graphs, but in a distance time graph or position time graph, your y-axis was distance, and for a speed time graph, your y-axis is speed. All right, and we did some of these on Friday. We just sort of estimated these graphs that we had Friday had no numbers, but we were just kind of getting estimations of slow, medium, fast, and then we were plotting that information on the speed time graphs. All right, we did, I believe, this one together as a group. This one, if anybody has any questions over it, I will show it to you on Tuesday when I come back. Number 3, if you didn't do it, just don't worry about it. It was very, very complicated, and you guys will not need to do anything that complicated, okay? And then you should have been able to write me a story. If you didn't do that, then use this time, this class period, because you should have enough time to do today's assignment as well as finish up this story if you did not get to finish it on Friday. But you can do that on a separate piece of paper, or I believe the pink sheet that y'all are using today has some blank space on one of the inside pages if you want to do a story there, okay? But this does need to get done. The only one that I'm really not going to worry about y'all doing is number 3, all right? So let's talk about what we're doing today. You're basically doing the exact same thing today that you did on, get rid of some of this stuff, that you did on Friday, except these graphs are going to have numbers, okay? And you're going to basically be doing the exact same thing, but you're actually going to be calculating the speed, all right? And we know from the speed equals distance over time formula that if we have distance and we have time, that we can calculate speed, all right? Now on this worksheet they're using velocity instead of speed, but we're going to continue to refer to it as speed equals distance over time, since speed is what is on this graph, okay? Speed versus time. All right, so if you have the distance that this, a vessel traveled, it traveled 10 miles in 2 hours, then that reduces to 5 miles per hour, okay? So then you would come over to your speed time graph and you would actually find 5 on the y-axis for your speed, 5 miles per hour, and since this was constant speed, all right, it's a straight line, and a straight line on a distance time graph tells us constant speed. Since it's constant speed, the way we're going to plot that on a speed time graph is just a straight line like this. All right, and also notice that we are talking about a 2-hour period of time, so you're going to come over to the 2-hour mark on your x-axis, and that's how far you're going to draw the 5 mile per hour speed. Okay, he went 5 miles per hour for 2 hours. All right, so that's how you know exactly how far over to draw your line. So you're going to just be doing these. I don't believe I printed this page, page 2 of 4. I don't believe I printed that. You do not need to know this. but you're going to basically just be taking the information that you have on this first distance time graph or position time graph, doing the exact same thing that we did on Friday, but you're actually going to be calculating the speed. So for our first example here, he's going 15 miles in 1 hour. All right, so when you come over to your speed time graph, you're going to go up to the 15 mile per hour line, and you're going to actually come all the way over to the 1 hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all this. All right, so we said he's going 15 miles in 1 hour for this leg, for this first portion. So I'm just going to come over to the 15-mile line, and I'm just going to draw a straight line for 1 hour. Okay, then we came over and we know that from our distance time graph that this bicycle trip, that the bicycle was not moving for half an hour, all right, 30 minutes, because there are 2 blocks per hour. So we're going to come down to 0, and we're going to put a dot here, all right, and switch back. You're going to connect your dot. And how far do we come over? We only come over for half an hour, okay? And then we're going to look at the next leg of the trip, okay? So I'm not going to do this whole thing for you because y'all only have a few of them to do, okay? But I'm going to have y'all do this one, 1A, B, and C. And that's, I believe, all y'all need to do on that, okay? If I printed page 4, which I'm not sure if I did, and if y'all know how to do that, by all means, go ahead and feel free to do that, okay? You're basically just doing the opposite of the speed time graph. They're giving you the speed time graph first. They're telling you that he went 20 feet per minute for 10 minutes. Okay, so again, using the speed equals distance over time equation, you can then calculate what your distance was if you have speed and if you have time. Okay, so then you would just plot that on this. So again, I don't remember because I made your copy several days ago whether I printed this or not. But if I did, go ahead and try this. Give it a try. If you get it done, then that's one less thing that you're going to have to worry about learning on Tuesday when I come back. All right, so, and if you are doing these, you do not need to worry about this one right here. Any of them that have a slanted line like this, a diagonal line, you do not need to worry about doing. All right, so get these done. I will be looking to see who gets them done. I will leave instructions for the substitute to stamp your book when you're done so that you guys can get credit for doing your work. All right, I will be back on Tuesday, and I hope y'all have a good day.